Ha 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 ha! Kojak, bang bang! Okay, everybody, today we're going to take a look back at a gem from 1978. Come on, we needed some comedy to lighten up the mood, and if you didn't know what Kojak Bang Bang meant before, you're going to know what it means in a few minutes. Anyway, we're going all the way back to 1978 to check out a cool little forgotten gem from the history of comedy, Foul Play. But before we go any further, as always, once and again, to the trailer.
This is Foul Play. And this is Foul Play. Foul Play, a new comedy thriller starring Goldie Hawn and Chevy Chase in his very first motion picture.
When you first saw me, what did you think?
I thought you were a bore.
I'm kind of a nice guy, and you're really a very lovely girl, with or without your cleavage. And Golly, what do you say? Would you like to take a shower? Careful here, this is very slippery at night.
Okay.
Just hold on to the rails.
Okay.
What about before that?
Before?
Yeah, when you very first laid eyes on me, what were you thinking?
I thought you were a klutz.
Excuse me.
Oh, you know something? I'm really glad that you were assigned to protect me.
I do my job pretty well.
You do your job very well.
Thank you.
Foul Play, a new comedy thriller coming this summer from Paramount Pictures.
Okay, this was directed by Colin Higgins. Now, he didn't have much of a director career. I mean, he had a lot of writing and stuff like that, and he only directed a few movies. We're talking he directed 9 to 5. He directed The Best Little Whorehouse in Texas. He directed this motion picture, Foul Play. And he wrote things like, you know, Silver Streak and Harold and Maude and stuff like that. Died early in his 40s. Kind of a shame. But he made this and a few other true classic gems, and that's all that matters here today. All right, everybody, the cast of this motion picture is friggin' ridiculously huge. I mean, ridiculously huge. So we're going to go really, really fast and move through this as quick as we possibly can. Starring as Gloria Mundy. Now, remember how cute she was? We all loved her. We're talking Goldie Hawn. Yo, she's been in some classics. We're talking about she's been in Shampoo and Private Benjamin and Seems Like Old Times and Swing Shift and Wildcats and Overboard and The Death Becomes Her and The Banger Sisters and A Bird on a Wire and probably like 20 other flicks that I just can't even think of off the top of my head. Long career, massive career, still around, floating around on the scene today, hanging with the man, Kurt Russell himself. Is what it is. Let's keep going. Okay, playing Detective Tony Carlson was Chevy Chase. Now, come on, folks. You remember Chevy Chase was big shit back in the day, from like 77 to like 1990. His career was huge, people. We're talking he was on Saturday Night Live. We're talking he was in movies like Caddyshack and Fletch and all those vacation flicks and the Three Amigos and Memories of an Invisible Man that he did with John Carpenter and, you know, Cops and Robertsons and Dirty Work and Spies Like Us and Oh Heavenly Dog and that fucking crazy movie, that Nothing But Trouble. Dude, he was in some really classic shit. I mean, he had a good run. He had a good run of being some stuff that we're always going to remember, we're always going to talk about. So, on to the next person. Okay, playing Mr. Hennessey. I've already talked to him like 3 times, 4 times in my other movies. Of course, Burgess Meredith. The legendary Burgess Meredith. Yes, Mickey from the Rocky movies. Yes, he was just in a movie that I did not too long ago, Beware the Blob. He's been in so many movies I've done, Burnt Offerings, but he's been in other stuff too. He's been in stuff like Clash of the Titans, and Grumpy Old Men, and Magic, in The Sentinel, which I also covered, in 92 in the Shade. He was in the Hindenburg. The dude's career is just goddamn ridiculous. He was in a million things. Legendary status. Let's keep going. Okay, playing Gerda Casswell was Rachel Roberts. Now, she was in a bunch of stuff, too. Way back in the day, especially. We're talking about she was in stuff like Murder on the Orient Express and Picnic at Hanging Rock, Wildflowers, The Reckoning, Girl on Approval, and a whole bunch of TV work. That's just so much I ain't got time to mention this shit. But she's been around. Big career, long career. Let's keep going. Playing Stanley Tibbets. And almost stealing this movie. Oh, we'll get to that shit later. Piano virtuoso extraordinaire, Dudley Moore. Oh man, come on. Remember, Dudley Moore was the shit for a period of time. I mean, he was in so much great shit it was even obscene. Anyway, he was in stuff like 10 and Arthur and Holy Moses and Crazy People and 6 Weeks and Lovesick and Best Defense and Mickey and Maude. And this guy really, truly, honest to God, was a master musician. Go out and look it up on YouTube. Beyond all his comedy work, beyond the fact that he'd been on TV and shit in the 60s and 70s, way back in the day, we're talking Dudley Moore was a phenomenal piano player. Just incredible. Go look it up, check it out. I'm telling you, the guy was insane. Okay, playing Archbishop Thorncrest was Eugene Roche. Maybe not a name that you're going to remember off the top of your head, but a face you're going to remember in a bunch of shit. We're talking about he was in stuff like Soap and All in the Family and Good Times and Airwolf and Magnum P.I. and Night Court and Perfect Strangers. You remember that thing with Balky and all that shit. And Murder, She Wrote. Big TV career. You know, he was in some movies that, yeah. But really, a TV career that was very long and very extensive. And guy had a hell of a run. Okay, playing Fergie. Odd name. Is what it is. Anyway, Brian Dennehy, the late, great, just recently passed Brian Dennehy. And we know he's been in a bunch of shit. He's been in some legendary shit. We're talking he was in the original First Blood with Sylvester Stallone. We're talking he was in stuff like Presumed Innocent and Tommy Boy. He was in both those FX flicks, Silverado and Cocoon and Gorky Park and 10 and Fist, Semi-Tough. He was in Looking for Mr. Goodbar way back in the day. A lot of TV work thrown on top of it. So big career, big guy. Anyway, you know, man, it's a shame he's gone, but it is what it is. Let's keep going. Okay, playing J.J. McEwen was Billy Barty. Now, Billy Barty had a big career. And he, you know, for somebody of short in stature, he had a big career. I mean, we're talking he was in stuff like Willow and Legend and Masters of the Universe and UHF and Skate Town, USA. He was in Rabbit Test. He was in a forgotten movie with our own little Mary Forgotten Princess Carrie Fisher called Under the Rainbow. Wait a minute, fucking Chevy Chase was in it too. It was called Under the Rainbow. And it was about the making of the Wizard of Oz, and all the little people took over a hotel and had these crazy hijinks. It was fucking great. Anyway, Billy Barty on the scene, always in shit. Great actor. Oh man, he was whatever. And there's also some other names in this motion picture that you're going to see and recognize. You're going to be like, oh my God, he's in this? You're talking Don Calfa. He's playing Scarface the Killer. You're talking Marc Lawrence playing Stillskin, a face you've seen a million times. And you're talking William Frankfather, who's playing Whitey the Albino. I mean, these are names that might not jump out at you immediately, but I'm telling you, people, you've seen them around, you've seen them before, and they all deserve credit for their jobs in this movie because they were all fucking awesome. Okay, once and again, I'm going to try to give you this story in 90 seconds or less. To the best of my ability. Keep it short, keep it sweet, keep it rolling, and here we go. You got Gloria Mundy. Cute as a button. Nice girl. She's at some kind of an event, you know, wedding event, whatever, who cares. Anyway, she's going home from it, and she picks up a hitchhiker, this guy Scotty. And this guy Scotty just happens to be a police officer. Well, you don't know that yet, but you'll find it out later. Anyway, Scotty's a police officer, and he's being tailed by a big black car. And he's trying to get rid of something that he has on him that he doesn't want to be caught with him. And he slips it into Gloria's cigarettes. Well, they're actually his cigarettes, but he sticks them in her purse so he can get them later because he's trying to quit. Fucking whoever cares. Anyway, he has a date to meet back up with her so he can get the secret evidence of whatever he's supposed to be holding later on. And he shows at the movie theater, but he's bleeding. He's been shot. He's dying. Gloria freaks out. She runs out of the movie theater. She goes for help, but the body's gone by the time she gets back. She doesn't know what's going on. This is just weird. So she goes home, and before you know it, somebody tries to kill her, and she calls the police. Oh my God, what's going on? And who's one of the people that show up? This guy that she was kind of eyeballing at the wedding party thing, shower, who the fuck knows what it was. In the beginning of the motion picture, which just happens to be police officer Chevy fucking Chase. Well, through some little things here and there, you find out that there's a plot to kill the Pope. And the only one that has the inside track is Gloria Mundy by accident and Chevy Chase by discovery. And can they stop it? Can they keep it from happening? What are they gonna do? That's basically the whole gist of it. I think I might have given you too much this time, but fuck it, it's a comedy, you'll get it. It doesn't really make a difference. Let's go to the summation. Okay, everybody. Foul Play really is a golden comedy from the golden age of movies and comedy. We're talking back in 1978. This was, I think, if memory serves, Chevy Chase's first time out the gate in a motion picture. And he really nailed it out the park. The physical humor, the slight asshole, slight charming kind of guy, all packed into one. He nails it. It's Chevy Chase. You remember who he was at the time, and he delivers. Goldie Hawn, this wasn't her first time up at bat. She's been in some other shit before. But, you know, by this time she was seasoned. I mean, she was on like Laughing or whatever it was back in like the fucking 60s. So, been around for a while. Always knows how to deliver. Cute as a button. You remember she was like America's sweetheart for a while. She was like Sandra Bullock fucking 20 years before Sandra Bullock. Goldie Hawn, everybody loved her. The whole cast is spot on talented and spot on in their comedy. And one of the things that makes this motion picture is, beyond the great work of Goldie Hawn, beyond the great work of Chevy Chase, is the fact that other characters in this motion picture, you swear, get to steal this motion picture at certain times. I mean, every time Dudley Moore is in this motion picture, folks, he dominates it. I mean, he dominates it no matter what of the scenes he's in. If he's in it, all you're looking at is Dudley Moore. He's fucking hilarious. He's spot on. He's cracking you up with everything he says and everything he does. Burgess Meredith, whenever he's in it, delivers solid as hell. And the fucking fight scene he has later in it is just one of the greatest comedic moments ever. I mean, you gotta love it for what it is. Even the Asian couple in the limousine, oh my God, I wish they could have given them like some kind of an award, because just the way they were laughing back there, that's where the Kojak thing, but you'll get there. Loved them. This was a motion picture that wasn't afraid to let everybody around the stars shine. And it didn't take away from the stars. It was just one big, cohesive, awesomely put together little laugh fest. Again, this is not a crazy movie, kind of like an Airplane laugh fest or a Mel Brooks type of laugh fest. It's just almost like a situational comedy thrown into this little police story, kidnap, murder movie, whatever you want to call it. But the timing is right. The pacing is right. The fact that the director directed and wrote the motion picture did a spot-on job. The jokes aren't too out of control. The jokes aren't too far, but everything is just landing in the place it needs to be to make you sit there and have fun. And it's one of those motion pictures, by the way, too. When you watch it, you're going to walk out of it feeling a little bit happy and a little bit goofy. It's just the way it is. I don't see anybody who ever walked out of watching Foul Play and said, oh man, I'm in a depressed mood. It doesn't work that way. It's one of those motion pictures where you're just like, that was cute. That was a good time. I had some fun. And it shows you some of the talent of that era when they were in their prime, banging that shit out and delivering it in a perfect, spotless, perfectly written way. Everybody, get out there. I kid you not. This is a movie that has, for some reason, people just don't talk about that much. I don't understand it. I don't know why. It was such a good little comedy movie. You would think that you would see it on these, cable channels being thrown around more than it is, but it isn't. I don't understand it. I don't get it. It was a good flick. It was a good time. It'll make you smile. And in this world, hey man, everybody can use some of that. Go out, check out Foul Play, have a good time, love one another, take care of each other, and as always, do not take any bullshit from anyone. Bless you all. See you soon.